More muskets and more muskets. I'm just burning through some of my strategic resource here. I mean, look at it's just praying in a savagely big army. Don't mind me. This army isn't overkill at all. No, 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 no. This is what I would call a small army. Stacking up the bonuses of the Great General and the Druids, though, makes a huge difference. Plus 10 on every combat attack. As long as you can get all those bonuses together, makes a big, big difference. And we're now starting to spread my religion. Now, we haven't quite got this sorted because we haven't been able to use Crusade just yet, but Crusade against Candy will help a lot. So Rome is attacking me with Legion. How very Roman of them. I dislike that. Dear oh dear oh dear. A military emergency, as we mentioned before. I'm not too worried about these because all of the non-Romans on this map I have in a steadfast alliance against the forces of Rome. Yeah, it failed. You can't do this. Oh, Byzantium broke against each other. Oh, look at that. Eastern and Western Rome on the wrong side of a diplomatic argument. Who would have thought, eh? Right, printing. That's +3 combat power. You will have noticed a couple turns ago I have started to make spies as well. It is my intention to really stack all of the different policies that give me combat strength as I can. It'll be lovely. The Ottomans have gone down to a normal age. Ooh, what does that mean for this city? 2.8 and Kamasi is 19. We're gonna have to keep pressing this. Ottomans still aren't behaving. I could go Exodus of the Evangelists and throw some amazingly powerful crusading religious units at the enemy. I could go Hick Song Dracones and settle all over Asia perhaps. Or I could just keep Monumentality because 800 faith per turn is nothing to sniff at. I mean, we've got to keep going Monumentality. If you've got this level of crazy faith, you might as well run with it, you know? Cores upon cores of muskets. And now I can change my cards around a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit more into gold right now. So Merchant Confederation would give me 41 gold. Raj would give me 14, which is less, but it also gives me science, culture, and faith. And also there's a little hidden thing there that says 2 gold per trade route to city-states. That's something I can stack. Press gangs, I mean, I've got so much army at the moment, I don't need that particularly. Let's go for not conscription. You get much more from total war or raid. So that'll give me a tiny bit more gold per turn just inherently, but it'll also give me the ability to pillage for a lot more. Why did you move a trebuchet to that spot? That's a bad move, isn't it? Oh, this is why total war is so good. 412 gold. That is how we're going to build up the gold to then promote pretty much all of my armed forces now. Stacking combat bonuses, making sure they're as promoted as they can be. Like this knight, I'm just going to fortify it with a druid on the tile so that it gets, I think that would be 20 plus 15 healing, so 35 healing. Doesn't matter if the legion attacks it, it'll probably heal all the damage that it has done to it. A knight and another musket. I'm making sure that all of my units now are cored, if they can be. Just makes them so much tougher. Crew weapons upgrades now. Candy, you are literally on borrowed time right now, especially because my apostles have finally arrived. Cad and the letter, both of you get back here. There's Mount Everest. Religious units receive 1 additional spread charge for any civilization that owns that. Oh, it's like a Hagia Sophia. I like that. But I can now knock down walls and pray in things. The ultimate combo. And coal power. Amazing. The production in these little inner cities is now beginning to become quite obscene. Meanwhile, back at home, some of this excess faith I'm using to just plant more woods around my holy sites to increase the yields, but also to just give me more faith. I've realized that faith isn't a high enough resource for me. I need more of it. I think we can all agree on that. I just don't have anywhere near enough faith. Oh yes, infrastructure. Infrastructure everywhere. Build things for me in my cities. I shall enjoy them. Another round of pillage, just making way for military science next turn. And depredation. Okay then. Well, that's a lot of fun. Candy, you can follow my religion, right? It's a great religion. It's absolutely not a religion about being conquered. I wouldn't worry about that. That's just scandalous rumor. Meanwhile, can you use the religion to throw those accusations hurtling towards the enemy walls? Yes, then they'll see that it's all peaceful. It's the only way. Now, I don't own Pamukkale, but I am at least settling next to it, so I get the 3 era score. That's city number 32, as you all know. Clearly not enough cities. I think we can all agree on that. Military science. Suddenly we have some big things that we can get into the front line now. Okie dokie. First of all, Mr. Horseman, please remove yourself. I'm too busy getting excited about this new tech. Secondly, we'll line up the next couple of techs, which is metal casting for bombards into ballistics for field cannons and cuirassiers. And then the nonsense begins. Line infantry number 1, line infantry number 2. Over on this other front, you can see now we have cavalry, core, 72 strength, no walls over here. This seems to be an utterly reasonable thing to go and invade with. Now on the front line, we are going to hopefully find a city with an encampment and then pray in a military academy where we'll be able to spawn some very powerful units straight to the front line that have a lot of good upgrades. You can see trebuchets with crusade, druids and generals, and in a core 75 strength, and as you can see that is beginning to add up to something quite a lot now. Pillage, and take the city. Kandy is ours. Pamukkale is now owned by us, which means we're getting a lot more in the way of amenities from zoos and water parks and things that I'm building everywhere. Gotta stay happy, and that's one of the ways we're going to do that. Again, Byzantium and Rome may not like the fact that we've just taken that, but we have to ask ourselves this very important question. Do we care? The answer to that question is always no. And now we start the long and tedious process of moving my army up towards Rome. I do really like this mountain range. This is really, really cool. It's kind of protected me from Rome and vice versa. Just a shame for them. I'm now starting to go around it. And again, the knight is being pummeled, but it's got a druid so it can just sit there and heal. Theodora, you are at war with another Byzantium. Is civil war? This is a great chance to strike. Now, Ottomans, I really, really need you to meet like anybody else. You're being really, really terrible as a military ally right now. But luckily, Dido will join in with me. So we'll open up another front. We're going to go for the second half of this war. Gaul's not so keen on that one. That's fine. Gaul is a little bit away. I'd like Gaul, as long as they stay at war with Trajan, I think we're happy. Look at this trade route. It just sort of goes all the way round this island through my capital and then all the way over to there. This doesn't seem like the most direct route, but sure, I'll take it. I will also confirm reports that yes, I do know that this tile is almost exactly where Constantinople is, and yes, I am deliberately not settling it because how very dare you? I mean, ignore the fact that I think I own pretty much where Rome is. Look, I stole that. That's different. I'm allowed to take it from Rome, but I can't willingly recreate Rome, you know? That's just weird. Beautiful. A theatre square back home has been made. Metal casting and conservation are there, but now I'm looking forward to this war with Byzantium. I do note that she has her own religion. All right, craftsman is fun, but right now I've got more important things, and that is the destruction of Rome. You understand. We all understand that, right? It's just something we have to do. Public works as well. Let's face it, builder charges right now are not the most important thing. Let's go for liberalism. This will just help to keep all of my cities happy whilst I'm at war. Huzzah! All looking good. Let's pick up urbanization so I can upgrade to force modernization. I am running a bit of a niter shortage. I'm only getting 10 per turn, given the size of my army. That's barely anything. it's barely anything. Oh, look! A Corsair. Oh, no! That is just awful to see. Look at this. This is just... what am I going to do? Oh, wait. I've got druid power. 160 strength attack in like that. 260 strength attacks. And then the cavalry at 81 strength. Oh, I do apologize. Wars of Religion is pumping that higher than I thought. The city's mine. And it's minus 21 at the moment. Victor, get in here. We need to move quick. Yeah, I know we haven't really engaged in much pillage here, but speed is of the essence. Right now, there are no walls. Nobody has ever come to this bit of the world. Byzantium, Theodora, she's been literally by herself. No threat. Why would you throw walls up? We're not when nobody is around you. Haha. I'm like the horde that appears. I'll throw walls up for you, don't worry. 84 strength cavalry attack. Oh yeah. When you have guns, everything seems to be easier. That's what I say. Come on, Mr. Knight. Make your way in. Introduce yourself to Caesar. Here's Ursa. Perhaps not the most efficient of faith purchasing. I'm going to pick up another great general. I need somebody that works industrial era units, and Amina is going to do that perfectly. But I might pick up 2 great generals. We've got a few that we need to throw around on the front lines. Like, there's a lot of front lines opening up. Now, Madal, I don't want to fight you. I would rather you gave your obscene amounts of culture to me. Abandon Byzantium, abandon Rome. They lead you only into lies. That's like 130 culture extra. Oh, I love that city-state so much. That one, Kamasi, Chingreti, they're up there with my favorites of like any game. It doesn't matter. They're city-states a bit like Auckland that just make you change your entire strategy. They're like, oh yeah? Oh, you want to give me that much yield, do you? All right then. I will accept your gifts. The Dead Sea. Oh, that's the unit healing one. Ah, that would be a good pickup. Do you see what this city has? druids that other cities have not. It has an encampment. That is possibly the most excitable thing that I've seen so far. I don't think I've actually mentioned this so far, but can I just say that the models for the druids with the tartan is just so cool. I am like full of 100s out of 100s for this mod. This has been really fun. Interesting play pattern, fun little strategies that you learn as you're playing it. Yeah, there's been a lot to like about this mod. The biggest issue I've got is trying to move this entire army down like a one-track road. It's been very slow going. Now, has Theodora got the message? Are there walls randomly appearing in her cities? No. She's unaware of what a wall is. Hey, you have to respect that. The no wall meta, she's dedicated to it. You have to respect the hustle sometimes. How long have I got? 3 turns. All right, it's basically just a speed run. Next turn, we should be able to take that city. We need just a couple more units or a couple of upgrades, but next turn, yeah, that should be fine. And this 14 population city, I think that's the secret to having a stable region in this area. Urbanization, forced modernization, get in there. Get in there, you cheeky card. Yes. This means we can now upgrade things like frigates really cheaply as well, like much less niter. Not that I particularly need a frigate, but I'm going to build one anyway because it's there. We'll go 1 attack like that and 2. No, didn't take the city. Oh well, I guess we'll do some pillage, which I should have done beforehand. Thinking about it, that would have been clever. Never mind. That says 3 turns now, and this one is 2 turns. Let's go. We're good. We're improving. We're getting there slowly. Mobilization reckons it's only 1 turn away. I respect that. I do. I really do respect that. But how about we do it a little bit quicker? Yes, it's much better, and the line inventory is almost here. This thing, well, it can basically bypass and smash walls to bits at the same time. Should be a lot of fun. And the apostle says, hey, can you follow my crusade religion? Is that all right? And they're like, yeah, go on then. If you asked so politely, we'll join in. What city even is this now? Number 36, I think? Who really knows? Do we need to know? Do we need to understand? Or do we just need to accept that there are cities everywhere now? It just is. It's just the reality of our situation. Look at this. This is really pretty. There's the Lysiard. There's a great lighthouse. We're next to Kilwer. It's kind of snowy, but also really cool. This is my capital. Why did I build the great lighthouse? Is it useful to me in any way? No, it is not, but I could build it in 3 turns, and I saw a shiny thing, and I was like, yay! I guess it's era score. So let's call it that. Oh, cool. Torre de Belém. Also a shiny thing. Yay! Ursa likes shiny things. Joan of Arc. That is a second general who can do industrial era units. Amazing. This is industrial into modern. Actually, that would be a really good pickup as well. It's 5,000 faith. Maybe we can wait on that. So there's a line infantry. We just need to make sure that my new and wonderful great general is in rough range, which she is. We've also got druids nearby. We've got the siege tower in place. We have crusade. We are attacking with 102 power. It's Renaissance walls, so I can't bypass them, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter when you can shred, how much is that, 196 wall off in one go. To that I say, alrighty, better get the cavalry in. Oh, actually, no, the trebuchet can move in as well. 82 strength, bam. Right, now we're moving 99 strength cavalry in. Someone needs to limit me. Someone needs to sit me down and say, Ursa, you don't need to attack this viciously. It's just not right. And to them I'll scream back, no, it's always right. Gonna settle right up to the borders here and then go and move a few units in from the other direction. I should have upgraded that unit, never mind. I'm sure we'll work it out. Caesar in theory still has 6 or 5 cities depending on whether or not it updated. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that, and more units to upgrade. Excellent. 2 turns on that city. 2 turns on this city. In theory, both of these cities are staying. I think that gives me the turn that I need to just upgrade and heal all of these units briefly. Then we'll run in next turn. Well, what do we do now? Do we need more units? Do I need more units? Of course I need more units. It's just a case of what units I want. I think going for tanks might be quite fun, and going for oil as well. Let's try and do that. Into refining. Let's see where the oil is. I should have plenty of it. I own half the world. The only problem is that I might not have the right tiles upgraded or improved, so we'll just have to sort of sit on that one for a little bit until we know. 1 turn until unrest. 1 turn until unrest. My empire, my dismissal of Rome and Byzantium hinges upon this one little attack. Let's see if we can get this sorted. I think we can, you know. Let's move the druids into place. Let's make sure that we have have maximum combat strength. Bring Joan of Arc up for next time. Won't be able to use her this turn, but doesn't matter. Cavalry makes an 81 strength attack on the city. It's now a little bit weaker. Now we're going 82 strength attack and 80 strength attack. Bam. Oh yes, that is a little better. Now 10 turns on this city. This one is now loyal, and that one is like 3 turns. Good. Even better, this city has an encampment, so I can go military academy and just pray it in, and then pray in units right on the front line that are obscenely powerful. Let's have a look at our resources. We've got loads of horses, loads of source of horse. So we'll go for a cavalry army. Why not? Oh yeah, that's it's powerful. Okay, when you're invading, always keep an eye out for this. If a city has not complete walls, so it's got medieval walls but not Renaissance walls, but you look into the graphics and you can see the Renaissance walls towers, but little holes in the wall, it means the city is actively building Renaissance walls now. I don't want that to happen. They're really annoying. So I'm just going to literally love tap the city. Little bit of defense damage. That's all I need to do. Now, the city can't finish Renaissance walls up until the point that it fixes the walls it has already. It's just diabolical. Problem solved. Forbidden City. I kept complaining so much about the fact that I didn't have enough policy cards, but I thought, you know what, Ursa, dig yourself out of this pit yourself. Get Forbidden City. So I did. This was a Theodore's project. He rushed about 80% of this wonder, but now I'm spoilt for choice. What do I want in my wildcard policy? Leading candidates are Craftsman for the 68 production. Not really helping with my victory condition, but it's fun back home. Levy on mass, 60 gold. Again, useful, but when you compare it to total war and the amount of gold you get, perhaps not the most important. Natural philosophy, rationalism, simultaneum, fun for yields, but again, not really crucial for me here. You know, I think I actually will go for extra faith. We're going to go for simultaneum. Considering how many holy sites I've got that are +4 or above, this will actually help with monumentality. It'll help with buying great people. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent option. Am I regretting, by the way, setting this game up without putting secret societies and void singers in? Yes, just a little bit. 1,100 faith. That would be over 200 science, culture, and gold. Oh, I almost don't want to think about it. It's that good. Anyway, we've got some units I need to upgrade. So, luckily, the depredation cavalry are on site. They're like, hey, do you want us to come and get some gold for you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Is Rome building this? Oh, Rome is actually building Patala Palace. I would love it if they did that. Line infantry, attack, shred those walls, please. Actually, can I bypass them at the same time? Oh, yeah, you better believe I can. That's what we call the medieval or ancient wall, a CAD siege tower combo. It's a golden one. One day it won't be that fun, but for now it's going to always remain that fun. It's just something so decisive about just seeing the walls just not even disintegrate. They just got bypassed entirely. It's like, nope, you don't get to enjoy that stuff. That's not for you. Anzio, Rome. I think I actually accidentally removed Rome's religion. Oh no, they have Kabul following their religion. Oh, well, goody. Your religion's not dead, Rome. Not yet. Give it a few seconds. We might be able to get there. Anyway, just again, can we just utilize the fact that just Rome in the form of Byzantium is just too slow and they haven't been able to get walls up quickly enough. I shall enjoy that. That is Sinopagon. And now we've got another city over here as well. Actually, the difficult thing is trying to get my druids to move fast enough. Oh, I like when the AI commits to stuff like this. It ran in to kill a druid and sacrificed a unit to do it. Like, cool. You gotta commit to the bit, you know? Oh no, my trebuchets are suddenly doing barely any damage. It's the end of the world. Until, of course, I bring in my usual combo of troops here, and the line infantry just starts to disintegrate Rome's walls. Lovely. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a city with no walls at all? Well, okay then. Oh, almost got a complete kill. Excellent. Rome. Come on now. Do we really want to do this? We want to dance this dance? Because I will, I'm happy to, but I don't feel the need. Brute force attacks. Do it. Rome should fall next turn. Oh, my spy finally arrived. You're a little late. I think there's no point. Why don't you just go over to the other Byzantium? Go on, go over there. You're going to take your sweet time to arrive. You're not going to get to do anything. 1 attack and 2 attack. The city falls. And is that Hanging Gardens? Oh, that's where it went. I was trying to build that earlier, I seem to remember. How very rude of you. Well, that can't be good. Oh no. It's okay, right. It's to the north of where my capital is. Still, that's pretty terrifying. 1 population been lost, 3 tiles damaged, and it's going southwest. If it just go and drift off into the coast, we'll be alright. If it hits this beautiful land, I will be quite sad. Now that we have ideology, I think I am going to treat myself to 5-year plan. I know it's not really helping, but it's the production and the science. It just makes me feel better. And what government do we want? I quite like the production and the science. That'll keep me active. The +5 combat strength and war weariness reductions would be quite handy as well. And obviously the happiness from democracy is always good. Thing is, I've already got an absolute ton of military policy slots. I don't really need more than that. I guess it won't be any different. So, let's pick it up. But I mean, we'll make it work. Trebuchet 1, Trebuchet 2, and then line infantry attacks. Oh, that's Rome almost done now. I will treat myself just to a couple of pillages before we take the city. It's gold. Gold is the one I'm after. All the other resources don't really matter. All right, done. Taken. Rome falls. Do we stop? Do we stop at any point? No, we must continue. We must pillage. Another Byzantine city falls to me in this direction. We are punching through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 taken now. I believe Theodora's probably just got the one left, yeah? What a shame. What a shame for her, eh? This one does have walls. It has ancient walls. No, medieval walls, I should say. Luckily, I've got line inventory to bust through that. But again, like I said before, so move all the support equipment in. We're just going to give the wall a tiny love tap just to stop the Renaissance walls being built. I have the Sahara. If an era score is worth at least 4, I get +1. So it's like a slightly worse version of the Taj Mahal. But hey, we like era score. And this will probably be a good source of oil within a few seconds, hopefully. All right, the weather forecast was correct. It went over to the left. Interesting. Oh my lord, the crippling blizzard. It's called Deirdre. The most fearsome of names for a storm I've ever heard. Deirdre. Oh my goodness. We circumnavigated the world, which kind of counts with this map. It's not necessarily round, but it's as round as the Romans. Actually, to be fair, that achievement should be changed so that I can literally sail around in a circle around the world. Then according to the Romans, we'd be finished. Kabul really is one of the most useful things in the game. Just ignore walls. Thank you very much. I've always wanted to just ignore walls, and now I can. Now, this is something that's almost quite cruel, right? Caesar has owned Gobistan the entire game. Its ability is that improved sources of oil accumulate 2 more resources per turn, but he doesn't know what oil is. But I discover oil this turn, and I take the city the same turn, which means now all of my oil sources are just ridiculous. I settled on top of that one, but that's the only oil I've got in. Really? I don't believe you. I believe there's going to be some in this desert, and there was. Look at this. Called it. There's some over there as well. Okay, so we've got plenty of oil. Plenty of oil. That means we can go artillery into tanks and have a lot of fun. Well, the Ottomans suddenly don't want to be my friends. Given the fact that this city exists, is this something you're sure you want to do? Because, let's face it, I will happily walk over your empire. Like, I'm being your friend because we are brothers in the face of the fight against Rome, but I won't hesitate to kill you, just so you know. Don't tempt me. We all know that I can't handle a temptation on Civ. I just lose it immediately. Great General, Druid and Army, 96 damage. Let's shred that wall, and that means that we can open this up to an assault from all of my cavalry units like so. And Byzantium, the first half of it is out. 6-0 score from that. Beautiful. I will give all of my cavalry but a single turn to heal, to recover, to wait until these new sources of army that I've literally just prayed in on the line behind, until they all run in, and then we'll go and see if we can find Constantinople, which no doubt will be the capital of Constantinople. No, it's here. I found it. That was quick. Well, I'd better destroy Anzio as quick as I can then. 82 strength from the bombard strike. Don't mind if I do. And I think we're just going to run into the walls. At the end of the day, it can't heal. This is all permanent damage it's taking. Another blizzard? That's not even Storm Deirdre. That one petered out. Oh dear. That is a death island. I built Angkor Wat, by the way, because I had so many cities. I was like, nah, let's just add a population to every single one. What could go wrong? Just have a look at my population now. That was on 48 cities, and now I'm on 314 population. Oh, that's nice. We can now change over to the naughty government, which does mean that faith purchasing isn't quite as good as it once was, which is a little bit of a shame, but never mind. Total war, forced modernization, wars of religion. Let's pop in levy en masse. Third alternative, liberalism, republican legacy. Both of those cards are doing great. And logistics. That'll help a little bit as I move my army around just a smidge. Well, I do apologize, Anzio, but you you have got to go. There is no more Rome, or at least no more Western Rome on the map. Basil is still there, being fragrant somewhere. This army's gonna just sort of start heading towards the desert, I guess? Just make your way over here. Like, I don't want to micromanage you. Just find your own way. I love doing this sometimes. It's just like, meh. Some of the units will arrive properly. Some of them, probably. Just made an ironclad with the Great Admiral to give us steel, which means I now have artillery. Tank time. It's almost time to be able to go tanks a lot. I've looked for a long time, and I'm pretty sure there is no funnier joke in the world. Is this city number... I mean, what city is this? Can we get city number 49? Haha. I'm sure that's a reasonable amount of city. So who are you grumpy with at the moment, Ottomans? Do you want to go for a joint war? I think the Ottomans are about to betray me. I can just feel this. Dido doesn't actually want to go for a joint war. You must be peace locked. All right, territorial expansion. Sorry, Basil. I shall tell my historians to record your empire. Yeah, you do that. You tell them what you want. Oh, yes. Now Suleiman's interested in me going after Constantinople. Now he's like, oh, I've got a cannon for that. Here it is. The capital's right on the border with me. That is a stroke of luck. It does have a little bit of water, which means I'm not going to be able to siege it very effectively, but my units are fast. We're in pretty rapidly. I'm just going to swarm and start to get rid of their districts just to lower the walls a little bit, at least until Mr. Line Infantry makes his way in and goes, hello there. You know, the greatest test of being sure that you are in fact British is when you're looking around a map and you suddenly see a random one-tile island in the middle of the sea that's next to nothing, and you're like, ooh, that would be a good staging post or defensive encampment. Let's build a harbor there. Yes, I'm sure no one will mind. I think it's just a natural reaction. You settle people too close. We are at war. Like, how about you go away? Like, at what point do you think we have normalized relations? Now, unlike the other half of Byzantium, Basil actually has built some... I was in the middle of something. I like Torre de Belém, don't get me wrong, but I was in the middle of something. Can you not interrupt me? Thank you. Actually, that is a very seriously defensive location. Oh, look at Belize Fjord. It's so cool with that hanging rock. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. They actually have an army, and they have a strong set of walls. These Theodosian walls around Constantinople are pretty strong. I'm going to need one brave or stupid unit to just throw themselves into it with great force. Luckily, this one is just the right one. Oh, it doesn't even do that much damage. That's fairly impressive. So if we have a look at the defensive strength, do you see it's +6 from districts? That is something that I can deal with. So we'll do some pillaging now just to make sure that that comes down as far as we can bring it. Oh, Barbs. There are Barbs sacking Constantinople whilst I attack. Pretty fortuitous for me. Oh, you want to side with Rome, do you? Huh. Let's see how that goes for you, eh? Just rude. That's what I think that is. It's just rude. So let's break this holy site down. Okay, we're down to 78 strength. I think that's about as good as we're going to make it. So we're attacking with 96 strength. We are Druid General powered with a bit of government damage as well. And as soon as these walls start to break down, then we'll have the opportunity to run our cavalry in. But some of these units are so powerful, I might as well do it just immediately. Combustion. Tanks. Tanks a lot for that upgrade. In fact, actually, let's go for it there. It's a tank army. Got 102 strength. See how that works against Constantinople. I'm not bringing a huge bombard to break the walls down. No, we're skipping past that step. We're bringing a tank. Kind of got a big cannon on it. Maybe it's cooled down with olive oil. Who knows? Well, what would help with my invasion now? I think better line infantry. So let's go for regular infantry. Just work up from there. Second strike upon the walls, and we are almost at half health now. Just funneling my cuirassiers in and out just to help upgrade. There's no more gold in the treasury, you say? Back to that. Now we can upgrade to tanks. A tank powered by druids. The very worst sort of tank. Never did we think we would see the like. I'm sorry, is that a +11 campus? Oh my lord. That's ridiculous. All right, well, go on then. It was a good tile, but a +11 campus sort of takes it to another level, really. I don't remember the last time I saw a naturally occurring tile like that. Like, that's not built up at all. That's just the adjacency of the area. Madness. So the Ottomans, of course, have just announced me. But unfortunately for them, I appear to have built an encampment right on their border. And now I can go to the encampment and say, what are we going to do? Stable, and then armory, and then military academy. And then we'll just go down to here and we'll say artillery army. And then I'll make, say, I don't know, a tank army. Do we think that the Ottomans are A, going to like this, or B, regret this thoroughly? Find out in the next few seconds. 1 tank strike and 2 tank strikes. Constantinople has fallen. How many cities have you got? Not many. I think the best thing we can do with this game, the best and most potent thing that we can do, is just remove the last Rome from this game now. And an artillery army, yes, you know what? That would help. Thank you so much. The new artillery, freshly bought, 105 strength. Oh, I didn't even move the druid in. Oh, do apologize. You could have hit so much harder at 110 strength, but never mind. We'll bring the tanks in. This should help a little bit. 1 attack, a 2 attack, and 3 attack, question mark? Yes. It's always the 3 attack that does it. Oh, pyramids. I like pyramids, and a certain university's being built here. Maybe this city should be left alone. 90th strength attacks, oh my lord. These feel somewhere between wonderful, excessive, and extraordinary. It's all of those things put into one. I'm really hoping the Ottomans declare war on me. Unfortunately, I am just a level 2 ally with them, so if I go to war with them, I pull in Gaul and Dido, and I really don't want to do that. It's us against Rome. This is what Rome wants. It wants for us to fight amongst each other, you know? We can't let that win. We have to be the very thing that Rome doesn't want us to be, and that's united against a common threat, a common Roman threat. In comes Mr. Bombard with 93 strength. It's not artillery, but it's still nicely powerful. And now my cavalry can just, well, ride straight into the city, which is slightly unfortunate because we're going to get rid of our spy, but never mind. The spy can move. And is that an ancient wall? Oh, that's an ancient wall, right. It's even better. Haha. When fortified, a unit heals an additional 10 health per turn. Amazing. Oh, we get to vote. Could we make siege more powerful and get double engineering points? I mean, again, voting, not necessarily the most interesting thing for me right now, seeing as I am a pariah. Anti-cav. Wow, the AI actually has made a pretty sensible choice, seeing as I am using a predominantly cavalry-based army. I love it when you see the AI do something sensible. Maybe it was accidental, who knows? But we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, I think. Artillery in, strike. This should be a pretty easy pillage into taking the city, I think. Thessalonica falls. And now I have pyramids. Yay! Cahokia. Again, I have to question the names of some of these Byzantine cities. Doesn't sound very Byzantine, does it? Oh well, I'm sure the tanks will sort it all out. I think another one should fall now. Amazing. 2 cities left. Kilimanjaro. Receive +1 population in the city that owns this tile when a specialty district is constructed. Huh. Quite a limited ability, but that's quite fun. I reckon you could probably get about 5 or 6 bonus population on that if you really tried something like that. Am I still praying in artillery? Maybe. I just think, just don't worry about it. Sanitation and social media. Yay, we can now chat with people online and keep our hands clean. What a combo. Now, I will admit, whenever I see this particular icon, this fire-started icon, I get a little bit nervous. Oh, no, okay. Right, that's gonna hit a few cities, but it's not the worst. As long as it's not this area, okay? Watching you, game. I'm watching you. Don't do anything here. The artillery fires. The artillery fires. Artillery is one of my favorite units of the game. It's just such a step up in power when it arrives. It really does enable you to just enjoy life, and enjoying life is what we like to do because, ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. Rome, Byzantium, and Byzantium are no more. This world is free of Roman influence. No more shall the city of Rome and the city of Constantinople scare the world into submission. We're finally free from the Empire of Rome, from a tyrant that wishes to seek imperium over the world. Never again shall one civilization own tons and tons of land over the entire world. 57 cities and 377 population. What have we become? We became Rome trying to defeat Rome. Whoopsie. I'm sure no one will mind. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally achieved what we set out to achieve. On this map, we removed all Celts and all cities that belong to Rome. The world is free. We have our allies, Gaul. He appreciates the fact that Rome is gone. Carthage is now free to own as much of the sea as she wants. Suleiman's having a moment. Don't worry about that for now. But grievances will disappear pretty quickly, and after those grievances go, he will be my friend again. If you hadn't noticed, on turn 149, we are substantially ahead. I am, oh my lord, it's worse than I thought. I am 20 techs ahead of Dido and Ambriox, 16 techs ahead of Suleiman. Oh my lord, we're on course for a culture victory because of my obscene tourism and the fact that no one really has any culture. I of course have almost got a domination victory. Istanbul is attackable from the sea with a battleship and I could just run a tank in, as is Tyre. Again, I've got a very large battleship that could just demolish these walls very quickly, and Gaul City is almost on my border and I have military academies here so I could just spawn tanks and run them in. The religious victory, well, Phoenicia has a religion, technically, as does Gaul, but let's be honest, it's not going to stand up to my wonderful religion with 51 cities and 326 people following it, 1,200 faith. I'm also winning the diplomatic victory, so we have 5 for 5. The channel supporters asked me to eliminate Rome. That's what I've done today. And in the interests of keeping the series flowing, in order for me to migrate to another video that you're about to watch very soon, I'm going to leave this series here and start filming something fresh, something amazing. I can't stand to betray my allies, and to be honest, it's going to take a few turns to get all the way through to the science victory, and I just can't be bothered to keep pressing end turn until that happens. If you want to continue this game yourself, just ask on Discord. I keep all the save files for all of my games there, and I have taken a save file of the game in this particular moment if you want it. All you got to do is ask. Mods, I keep the full lists on Discord as well, so pop along. These yields are ridiculous. If we have a look at some of the final yields for the cities, let's for instance sort by faith. You can see just the sheer amount of faith that most cities produce is pretty obscene, as is culture. Look at this. Each city provides more than 23 culture before I even go off the end, and production I think is going to be pretty insane as well. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 cities with 100 production, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with 50 or more. To be honest, I haven't really been stacking that. It was just a couple of industrial zones I put down with some holy sites as well. I was building Golden Gate in Wenta and a Stadio in Banawenta. Both of those will massively help my nation. Before we go, I'm going to treat you to some late game graphs, which does mean, of course, I have to press the retire button. You gotta love taking the defeat so that I can show you some stats. That's what I do for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm that lovely. Oh, it pains you to see it. We didn't get the Caesar rank. I'm quite pleased about that. We kept it Abraham Lincoln, but let's see some graphs. Buildings constructed. Yeah, I didn't really build much at the beginning of the game, but then I went, whee! Cities captured. We didn't take a city until about turn 85. Wow, slow start. Cities founded, way above 30. That was I love any monumentality high faith game is always a lot of fun, and that was no different. Cities lost? Well, I don't know what could have been causing all of that. Districts constructed. I am actually surprised that's so high because I was just going for holy sites, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, what do I always say? Districts constructed, this is how you beat the AI. Own more districts from them. They can't keep up. Great people earned. I got the first one, and I was actually holding the lead for most of that game. Player culture, I took the lead on turn 70. Wow, that was a rapid start. I took the faith lead pretty much from the beginning of the game because I'm playing Celts. That's just what they do. And the science lead from turn 110. What about score? I think I had a pretty quick start. Yeah, the score lead from turn 77? Wow, that's very quick out of the blocks on that one. We've got total religions founded. I did manage to grab the first one. Why I rushed work ethic, I don't know. The AI never takes it. It's just one of those things. Units killed, quite a few. Units lost. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. The perfect game. No units lost. Now, I don't believe that because I know at least a couple of my druids got killed because of some lazy placement from me, but hey, if the game's going to give me 0 units lost, I'll take it. Finally, wonders constructed. I didn't build any until about turn 103, and then I just went whee up to the end of the game. There we go. I've been Ursa Ryan. We've removed Rome from the map, but at what cost to ourselves? Maybe this is the poetic thing. Maybe we have suffered a genuine defeat because I meant to eliminate Rome, but what did we become? What did we lose along the way? I feel more Roman by the day. Oh no, let's end this game now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. See you later. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluke79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!